The COVID-19 pandemic was confirmed to have spread to Africa on 14 February 2020, with the first confirmed case announced in Egypt, while the first index case in sub-Saharan Africa was announced in Nigeria at the end of February. By 26 May 2020, it appeared that most African countries were experiencing community transmission, although testing capacity was limited. With the discovery of COVID-19 vaccines and its gradual rollout, many countries on the continent hope to take the fight against the virus to the next stage. South Africa has the highest number of COVID-19 cases and deaths on the continent, with 1,514,815 confirmed infections and 50,271 fatalities. The new variant found in the country contributed more to its rising infection cases in the second wave. So far, frontline and other health workers have been inoculated gradually with Johnson & Johnson vaccines delivered recently.
We witnessed how the second wave really devastated the society. So I wouldn't like to go through that again. So I'd really encourage everybody to give it a chance and vaccinate so that the frontliners are protected. Before we go and protect our community, we ourselves have to be quite protected.
In West Africa, Nigeria on Friday started its COVID-19 vaccination campaign. Cyprian Ingong, a senior registrar at the National Hospital, became the country's first person to receive the vaccine in the capital, Abuja.
Yes, I feel great and elated receiving the vaccine, being the very first person to receive the vaccine here in Nigeria. But I will feel greater when about 70% of Nigerians have been vaccinated.
A total of 3.94 million doses of AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine were shipped into the country on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Speaker of House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has warned politicians not to play politics with the vaccine so as not to derail the effort of the government in fighting the pandemic.
We must not play politics with vaccine. We must not play politics with the health of our neighbor. This is a time for us to rally behind the government because, like the SGF said, the virus knows no creed, knows no religion, knows no ethnicity, knows no sex, knows no age. So it is time for all of us to come together as a country because, as I've often said, we're actually in a war, but in a war with an unseen enemy.
In Mali, 396,000 doses of the Anglo-Swedish AstraZeneca vaccine was received at the airport by the president of the post-coup transition, Ba Indao, and Prime Minister Mukhtar Ouani in the presence of representatives from the WHO and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. The country's vaccination campaign is expected to start in April. In a similar development, Rwanda also on Wednesday received its first shipment of COVID-19 vaccines through the World Health Organization's Global Vaccine Sharing Scheme COVAX initiative. According to the Rwandan Ministry of Health, the country targets to vaccinate 30% of its population by the end of 2021 and 60% by the end of 2022.
After taking the coronavirus vaccine, I feel safe and healthy. We hope that this vaccine will help us to reduce the number of people infected or killed by COVID-19 and that it will also eradicate the pandemic completely.
More countries are expected to receive their COVID-19 vaccine shipments from COVAX and other sources. So far, there are over 3.5 million confirmed COVID-19 cases on the African continent, with more than 3 million recoveries and 92,000 deaths altogether. Kamel Sadiq reporting for CBA TV.